new video of Science 1, and in this video I'll be teaching you the rate of reaction and the factors on which it depends. So let's start. What is the meaning of rate of reaction? The rate of reaction is the speed of the reaction, the time or the time taken to complete a particular reaction, whether it is taking fast or whether it is taking slow. So which are the factors on which it depends? The first one is nature of reactant. Then what do you understand by nature of reactant? Nature of reactant, that means the reactivity of any reactant. For example, let's take aluminium. It will react with hydrochloric acid resulting into formation of aluminium chloride, and so does zinc. Zinc also plays the same role. It reacts with hydrochloric acid and results into formation of zinc chloride like this. Aluminium will react with diluted HCl and will give AlCl3 and hydrogen gas will be liberated. In the same way, zinc also reacts with HCl, dilute hydrochloric acid, resulting into formation of ZnCl2 and hydrogen gas is liberated. But the time taken for completing the first reaction is less. Why is it so? Because aluminium is more reactive than that of zinc. So this proves that the rate of reaction depends upon the nature of the reactant. It depends upon the reactivity of the reactant involved in it. Then let's see which is the second factor. The second factor over here is size of the particles of reactants. Now what do you understand by the size of the particles of the reactant? See, size plays an important role. If a big lump of any reactant is going to be there, then naturally it will take more time for the reaction. But if there are small pieces or if it is into a powder form, then naturally it will take less time for completing the reaction and the rate of the reaction is going to be high, the rate of the reaction is going to be fast. Let's see with the help of an example. Here it is given that here it is given that you have to take 10 ml of dilute HCl and the pieces of shahabat tile, and in another test tube you have to take powder shahabat, the powder of the shahabat tiles. Now these shahabat tiles are made up of calcium carbonate, molecular formula of calcium carbonate CaCO3 and dilute HCl. 10 ml of dilute HCl will be taken. Following reaction will take place. CaCl2 will be formed plus water and plus carbon dioxide gas. You have to write the reaction into one line. I did not have space, that's why I wrote like this. It is to be written like this. See, CaCO3, this is the molecular formula of calcium carbonate, and shahabat tiles are made up of calcium. The chemical composition of shahabat tiles is CaCO3. It reacts with dilute HCl giving CaCl2, water and carbon dioxide gas will be released. So in both, what will happen over here, as the carbon dioxide gas will be released, the effervescence will be seen. Effervescence is the bubbles will come out of the test tube. But into the case of the first test tube in which we have taken shahabat tiles, the evolution of carbon dioxide gas or the effervescence will come little bit late, or it will take more time for coming out for the release of the carbon dioxide gas, and the effervescence which are going to come up will come in. It will take more time for this releasing of carbon dioxide gas, and then this powder shahabat tiles, if we are taking the powder of this shahabat stone, that means powdered calcium carbonate, if it is taken, then easily the effervescence will come, carbon dioxide gas will be easily released, and that is why it is said that the rate of the reaction also depends upon the size of the particle. Smaller the size of the particle, higher the rate of the reaction. If bigger the size of the particle, then it will take more time for completing the reaction. The rate of reaction is going to be slow.